this wonderful knowledge sharing sessions. You are traveling with Dr. Maharaju. We have been discussing about management and organizational behavior. This is the third series of videos in this domain. So you can see the other series videos also. And in this series, this is the 9th video. If you have not seen the previous videos, you can see and come back. But what we are going to do just before that, for your benefit, let us recap what we have studied so far. So we have seen about group dynamics. Here we have seen the various stages of group formation, and we have seen about teamwork, and we also discussed about leadership, group behavior, and conflict resolution in a group. Now, what the most interesting thing we are going to do today? Guess it. Guess the topic. Like we have the teamwork. The wonderful visuals are here with some clues. So how can organization encourage teamwork? Then how important is communication? And how important is the transformation? So what is the connection between all these three words, all these three pictures? Guess it, and that's it. Organizational change and development. Fine. So let us introduce ourselves. Change is inevitable. Change is the only permanent thing in this world. Everything continuously changes. We see the world is dynamic. No two moments are the same. No two individuals are the same. No two words in a English dictionary are the same. So what is change? We are here focusing on organizational change that involves shifts in the processes, the way things has been done, or the structures in the organization. The organization structure is undergoing transformation, or the organization culture is revamped, or we are getting into a new technology within our organization. Because of that, we need to change. Now we talk about generative AI and other technologies, artificial intelligence. So it has its own impact in organizations. So change is inevitable. We need to adapt to change, or we can be proactive to change, in fact. So what are the types? Change can be incremental. That means small by small, one by one, we can introduce change, or it can be transformative. All of a sudden we completely change, transformation. So involve adjustment to the existing systems, okay, or completely change overall. What is the impact? Change affect various aspects of organization, including the employees, its various stakeholders like customers and others. Fine. So change for the better. So let us see what are the drivers of organizational change. We have both internal drivers and external drivers. The external drivers, the factors which contribute to change because of the external environment, they are like, as we said, technological advancement. We cannot miss the bus. We need to catch up with the technology, any organization. So technology advancement lead us to force us to change, in fact. And the globalization, the world is becoming a small village. So we need to understand the global economics. We need to do business globally, or directly or indirectly, we are connected to the one all over the world. So the economic fluctuations happen. The economic cycle, trade cycle, business cycles happen. So government regulations, rules change. So accordingly, we need to change. The organization need to change. External factors. Coming to the internal factors, the strategic shifts. Our strategies, organizational strategy change. We need to change. The performance gaps. When you identify performance gaps, so we need to fill the gaps naturally. We will change our strategies, our performance orientations, and performance targets and others. Or a new leadership. Because of introduction of new leadership, the organization need to change. Or the employees, even the employees with demographics change. New employees coming, young employees coming. Naturally, the organization going for a change. We talk about baby boomers, we talk about generation Y, X, and all. So organization need to change. So external drivers and internal drivers, fine. Now there are some frameworks. We'll not get into the details of this framework, but introduction to them. Levin change model, that is 3 stages: unfreezing, changing and refreezing. For introducing change, we need to unfreeze a state naturally, then only we can again we change the status quo, then we introduce the changes and then we refreeze. Okay, unfreeze, change and refreeze, Levin change model. Or Cortez 8-step change model, creating a sense of urgency to change, building a world coalition and communicating a vision for change. We bring in a sense of urgency so that the employees and others, they have no option other than to change. The Adkar model talks about A stands for awareness, D for desire, K stands for knowledge, and the next A stands for ability, and R stands for reinforcements. So there is awareness that we should change, then there is desire to change, and we get the knowledge and the ability to change, and then we strengthen ourselves via reinforcement to change management. So then we'll see a case study how these things change. Fine. How to bring in changes. For example, in a corporation, in a company, the sales are declining and market shares are declining. So what is the solution? We'll implement new product development strategy. So naturally, people have to change. Or there is resistance to change from the employees. Naturally, human beings are somewhat, they generally resist to change. So effective communication, training programs and employee engagement initiatives are very, very essential so that employees feel part of the organization. Then a lack of clear vision and direction may be there. So we need to establish and we need to communicate a clear vision to the common goals to the employees. So how do we overcome the resistance to change? First thing is key is the communication. Clear and frequent communication is crucial. Training and development is very, very essential. And then the employee involvement, a sense of ownership of the employees, something like a sense of family that help us in overcoming resistance to change. Further, how do we measure whether we have achieved the effectiveness of organization change? Whether our goal is achieved or not, goal achievement. Okay, that's a very simple thing. Then employee satisfaction, assessing employees' perception attitudes to change. Of financial performance, how is the company performing, and how is the process efficiency of our process. Then so what we have studied so far, in essence, we have seen organizational change and development is an ongoing process. Continuously we need to, change is inevitable, continuously we need to adapt the evolving landscape, and we need to embrace change, or we need to be proactive in change, infuse or induce change. Fine. The references there for further learning. You are with Dr. Maharajan. See you, bye.